So we're back. I know it's been a really long time. I have been working 2 jobs, but anyway, straight to the video. So there's gonna be 2 of these, the spring and then the spring washers. You can see right there, this is in a lock position and you can tell because of the way how it looks. I'll show you the other side there that matches. When you need to take these off, you're basically just gonna twist it the other way, where you see how it's kind of flat right there, and then it'll come flying right out. So be careful, you're gonna get hit. But this is the new brake shoe on this side right here, and then on this side I already put this back on. We are going to let's see, I know I have it in here. So this is the old adjuster, but I'm trying to find where the new one's at. So I know it's in here. So this is gonna be the new spring. This piece right here, this is the plate. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's the new plate that I'm using right up here. Okay, where is that damn thing? Okay, here you go. So here is the adjuster assembly. That's the part number. And I needed new ones of these, but we're just gonna reuse the old ones. They seem to work just fine. And so yeah, we're continuing on. There's the brake adjuster. I'm gonna try to put this together by today because I'm going to a camping trip. Let's see. Got a new spring adjuster as well, so I'm gonna put that on here in a moment. But before I do, I will probably put the new lever and the spring to go on here, which is like so. And then that's gonna be the spring that we're gonna use. That's the part number right here. So I'm gonna pause it and then I'll wrap it. You could tell this is the left side because there it says L for left. So the spring will go on this side and then that will stick out. So when you put it on, it should look something like this. And I'll show you guys that once I put this on. Okay guys, I wish I could hold the phone and show you guys, but I put it inside here, the spring, and the pointy stuff sticks out here in the corner. What I did here in the bottom was I added the adjuster, so it's flat on both sides, and you're gonna put there, as you could see, one right there on the left side, one here on the right. Yeah, that looks right. Yep, it's flat. And then you're gonna put one end of that spring here and then one here on the other side, and that's how it should look like in the bottom. And then here is the top view. We're gonna put this plate here, and basically that's gonna help keep the brake shoes in place. And last but not least, when we come over here, you're gonna see one that is a yellow and this one is OEM blue. If you ever buy new ones, you can actually just spray paint them the color, but basically blue will be here on the left hand side like so, and yellow will be on the other side on the right. I recommend taking pictures and videos before you start this job, so when you're like me and you're trying to work on this 8 months later, you remembered where the orientation was at and so on and so forth. And be careful of these bolts. the one that mount here to the Brembos, because mine came off pretty bad, and I guess I actually can't mount this today because I remembered there is still a problem with that Brembo there in the back. So in the meantime, it's still going to be wired down just like that. And if I do need to move this car, at least now the e-brake assembly will be put back together and there shouldn't be any issues there. And this is how the plate should look like by the time it's mounted on here. Nice and tight, right at the top, and it should look exactly like that. See how it's flush, and the end pieces should be pointing towards inboard into the brake shoes. Now we're gonna install these back on, and I'll let you know when the finished product comes on. All right, so be right back. All right guys, correction from last video. Actually, remember I had pictures and I looked at it. This is how it's supposed to be, not the other way around. So it's supposed to be pointing end down this way, and then this side's facing you, not towards to the brake shoe. So this was really a challenge to even get this on there the way it is. Thank God. So this is the yellow one, so you could see it's the yellow. About to put the blue on this side, so it will go on the second hole here, and it'll come all the way around, and then I'll show you how that looks like when I mount that on. And afterwards, this should be good, I think. So let me get to it, and then I'll get back to you guys on this. All right, so that's gonna be the finished product. This is how it looks like when you put your new brake shoe back on. I don't know what happened to this side in the corner. I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is, but if it ever breaks, then I'll put new ones on, because right now they seem to be doing the job. Not gonna change them if I don't have to. And yeah, make sure when you're here at the bottom, you can adjust this. That's why they call it the adjuster. So you can either spin it clockwise or counterclockwise. And to know how you put this on properly, here, I'll show you guys. It's kind of hard, but you're gonna put your rotor on. All right, just like so. And the way how you could tell if it's fit properly, you see here in the back, the rotor is right here, and then this is the brake shoe. You want to make sure that it slides in, but it's also very close to the rotor. See, you guys can see, and I'm going to push it forward and see, look at that. And that's how you know when you properly adjusted it. And then here, I can bolt pretty much everything back on. I mean, once I do that, we'll be good. This car's almost done. I also have to fix the exhaust leak that I found. Not here, but it's more on the front. At some point, I'm gonna have to fix that if I want to actually get this pro-tuned. And sneak peek, I'm gonna have another project coming, but that one's gonna be a long-term project. I won't have too many videos on it, but I will post it when I get the chance. All right, I'm gonna put the tire back on. Make sure that's put on back on properly. Put the tire back on. You could tell this had a spacer. You can see the little 5 grooves, and I think I know which one is that. So at some point, yeah, I'm gonna try to order it online and see how that goes. But all right, thank you guys for watching. More videos to come as they come up. And see, somebody put lowering springs on stock shocks and struts, and thanks to that, like, this thing's pretty much blown out. At some point I want to change this and buy the TN Flex Z's coilovers. I've been looking at those seems pretty fire for $1,000. At some point I'm gonna replace this bad boy and then go from there. All right, y'all, peace.
You're mine.